From Sister Adawiya from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. She's asking about secret marriages, or marriages that take place where they're not announced to society for whatever reasons, whether it's a government problem, they're saying you can't have more than one wife, or if you do have a wife, there's a lot of paperwork and a lot of barriers for the natives of that country. She's not a native of the country she's staying. She says she wants to marry somebody from a native, who is a native, sorry. She wants to get involved in this marriage. Now, what's the rulings on having a marriage like this, Sheikh?
Well, I'm going to tackle the answer of this question from one single point of view, which is the legitimate Islamic point of view, which is what makes marriage lawful or unlawful. The requirement of having a lawful marriage contract is the main pillars of the marriage contract. Number one, al-ijab wal-qabul. That both parties agree to this marriage. They have no problem with it. Both parties are existing and can make the decision on their own. In addition to having the guardian of the girl and his approval and his consent. In addition to having two male witnesses. If that happens anywhere in the world, whether in a Muslim land or a non-Muslim soil, and this marriage is announced, at least to those who are living nearby, to the community which you're living by, so that there will not be any suspicion, or any form of doubts that why these guys are moving together, living together, it will be declared and known. This is marriage. As far as if you're living in a society where they banned more than one wife, Islam allows the man to take more than one wife and up to 4 if the man can fulfill these conditions. Being just, being able to treat them all fairly and justly, give them an equal treatment, and being capable financially to provide for all of them. They're not going to starve if he marries more than one. Then this is legitimate in Islamic Sharia. If you're living anywhere, taking this decision goes back to your best judgment, according to the benefit-risk ratio. What happens to you just in case if that is been discovered? But no one can tell you it is haram to marry with fulfilling the previous conditions. Even if you marry in a society which they allow that, without having the court papers, in a Muslim society, but you have the male witnesses, and you have the consent of both parties, the bride and the groom, and you have the consent of the wali for the girl, and this marriage has been declared and announced, this is a legal and a legitimate marriage and 1000% lawful.
Jazakallah khair, Sheikh.